Hello, I'm Jean Smith and I'm from the Crown Church, and the reading I've been given is from Isaiah chapter 52, verses 1 to 12. Awake, awake, Zion, clothe yourself with strength. Put on your garments of splendor. Jerusalem, the holy city, the uncircumcised and defiled, will not enter you again. Shake off your dust, rise up, strengthened sit enthroned Jerusalem. Free yourself from the chains on your neck, daughter Zion, now a captive. For this is what the Lord says: you were sold for nothing, and without money you will be redeemed. For this is what the sovereign Lord says: at first my people went down to Egypt to live. Lately Assyria has oppressed them. And now what do I have here, declares the Lord? For my people have been taken away for nothing, and those who rule them mock, declares the Lord. And all day long my name is constantly blasphemed. Therefore my people will know my name. Therefore in that day they will know that it is I who foretold it. Yes, it is I. How beautiful on the mountains are the feet of those who bring good news, who proclaim peace, who bring good tidings, who proclaim salvation, who say to Zion, your God reigns. Listen, your watchmen lift up their voices. Together they shout for joy. When the Lord returns to Zion, they will see it with their own eyes. Burst into songs of joy together, you ruins of Jerusalem, for the Lord has comforted his people. He has redeemed Jerusalem. The Lord will lay bare his holy arm in the sight of all the nations, and all the ends of the earth will see the salvation of our God. Depart, depart, go out from there, touch no unclean thing. Come out from it and be pure, you who carry the articles of the Lord's house. But you will not leave in haste or go in flight, for the Lord will go before you. The God of Israel will be your guard. I have been to Bethlehem, and I have travelled quite a bit at Christmas time. I can't remember all the countries I've been to, but I've been to Sri Lanka, which is probably the one that definitely didn't have much Christianity. There was some, but I think as an old tradition, it's just like we have Diwali ends up being in the UK and we do the Festival of Light and light candles. I think everyone picks a bit of different traditions, so there were definitely Christmas decorations up in certain places. Been to into South America, I've been there for Christmas, into Chile, I was there, Chile, Easter Island, and also Ethiopia. And I would say Ethiopia is probably the most unusual place I've been to. That was quite different. And also, I have been to Bethlehem twice with a 40-year gap. And I remember the first time I was just sort of about to start work, I'd finished my degree, and that was probably in the late 70s. They'd just had all the wars in the Golan Heights at that stage. And it was definitely a kind of Arabic country. You had the flowing robes and donkey and horses and things in and out of Jerusalem. So quite different. And you just got the bus from Jerusalem and you arrived in Bethlehem and went to see the sights in Bethlehem. There was no roadblocks, there was nothing. 40 years, so I think I probably found it most spiritual then, the first time I went, because it just felt very, very special, and it felt similar to what some of the passages you'd read in the Bible, so it felt sort of closer to them. 40 years later, you could have been in a city in southern Europe. It was all tarmacked outside the old city, all the kind of tourist buses were parked up there. There was much less of the Arab influence, unsurprisingly, but Arabs did still live in Israel. And then, going into Bethlehem, that was just quite a shock. You've got this great big wall up there now. It's bullet holes all through it. You get through, there's guards galore. You get through into Bethlehem, and the buildings have got bullet holes in them. It was just so sad when you see the difference to how it was kind of 40 years ago. And I think that was the most depressing bit of it all, I think. And also we did it with the church, McCabe's Travel, the second time. So we went to this blind school for Palestinians who the parents just don't know what to do with them when they're slightly blind or a bit blind, the children. And that was very moving. I think we all ended up in tears, there's no doubt about that. So yeah, two very different experiences.